never said a word, starts to sing spring, spring. When the little blue bell in the bottom of the dell starts to ring, ding, ding. When the little blue bird in the middle of his world starts to tune to the moon up above, it is nature, that's all, simply telling us to fall in love. And that's why birds do, bees do, even educated fleas do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. In Spain, the best upper sets do it. Lithuanians, let's do it, let's do it, let's fall in love. The Dutch in old Amsterdam do it, not to mention the Finns. Folks in Siam do it. Think of Siamese twins, some Argentines without means do it. People say in Boston even beans do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. Romantic sponges, they say. Oysters down in Oyster Bay. Let's shoot!
Cecily, isn't such a utilitarian occupation as the watering of flowers rather molten duty than yours? Especially at moments when such intellectual pleasures await you. Your German's on the table. Open to page 15. We will repeat yesterday's lesson.
But I don't like German. It isn't at all a becoming language. I know perfectly well that I look quite plain after my German lesson.
Child, you know how anxious your guardian is that you improve yourself in every way. He laid particular stress on your German as he was leaving for town yesterday. Indeed, he always lays stress on your German as he is leaving for town.
Dear Uncle Jack is always very serious. Sometimes he's so serious, I think he can never be quite well.
Your guardian enjoys the best of health. His gravity of demeanor is to be especially commended in one so comparatively young as he is. I know no one with a higher sense of duty and responsibility.
I suppose that is why he often looks a little bored when we three are together.
Cecily! I'm surprised at you. Mr. Worthing has many troubles in his life. Idle merriment and triviality will be out of place in his conversation. You must remember his constant anxiety about that unfortunate young man, his brother.
I wish Uncle Jack would allow that unfortunate young man, his brother, to come down here sometime. We might have a good influence over him, Miss Prism. I know you certainly would. You know, German and theology and things of that kind influence a man very much.
I do not think that even I could produce any effect on such a character that, according to his own brother's admissions, is irretrievably weak and vacillating. Indeed, I do not desire to reclaim him. I'm not in favor of this modern mania of turning bad people into good people at a moment's notice. As it is so shall he read. Cecily, you must put away your diary. I do not see why you should keep a diary at all.
I keep a diary in order to enter the wonderful secrets of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget all about them.
Memory, my dear Cecily, is the diary that we all carry about.
Yes, but it usually chronicles the things that never happened or couldn't possibly have happened. I believe memory is responsible for nearly all 3-volume novels that Moody sends us.
Do not speak slightly of the 3-volume novel, Cecily. I wrote one myself in earlier days.
Did you really, Miss Prism? How wonderfully clever you are. I hope it did not end happily. I don't like novels that end happily. They depress me so much.
The good ended happily and the bad unhappily. That is what fiction means.
I suppose so, but it seems very unfair. And was your novel ever published?
Alas, no. The manuscript was unfortunately abandoned. I use the term in a sense of lost or mislaid. To your work, child, these speculations are profitless.
But I see dear Dr. Chasuble coming up through the garden.
And how are we this morning, Miss Prism? You are dressed well.
Dear Dr. Chasuble, this is a pleasure.
Miss Prism has just been complaining of a slight headache. I think it'll do so much good to have a short stroll with you in the park, Dr. Chasuble.
Cecily, I have not mentioned anything of a headache.
Dear Miss Prism, I know that, but I felt it instinctively. In fact, I was thinking about that and not about my German lessons when the rector came in.
I hope, Cecily, you're not inattentive.
Oh, I'm afraid I am.
If I were fortunate enough to be Miss Prism's pupil, I would hang upon her lips. I spoke metaphorically. My metaphor was drawn from bees. But where is Mr. Worthing?
Oh, we don't expect him until Monday afternoon.
Ah, yes. He usually likes to spend his Sundays in London. He's not one of those whose sole aim likes his enjoyment. And by all accounts, unfortunate that young man, his brother, has turned out to be. But I will not disturb Algeria and her pupil any longer.
Algeria? My name is Letitia, Doctor.
Yes, a classical allusion, really, drawn from the pagan authors. I shall see you both, no doubt, in even song.
I think, dear Doctor, I will have a stroll with you. I find I have a headache after all. A walk might do it good.
With pleasure, Miss Prism, with pleasure. Me go as far as the schools and back.
That would be delightful. Cecily, you will read your political economy in my absence. The chapter on the fall of the rupee you may omit. It is somewhat too sensational. Even these metallic problems have their melodramatic side.
Economy and horrid geology and horrid German.
Mr. Ernest Worthing has just driven over from the station, and he's brought his luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing, to be for the Albany W. Uncle Jack's brother? Did you tell him Mr. Worthing was in town?
Yes, miss. He seemed very much disappointed. I mentioned that you and Miss Prism were in the garden together, and he said that he was anxious to speak with you privately for a moment.
Ask Mr. Ernest Worthing to come out here. Suppose you had better talk to the housekeeper about a room for him.
Yes, miss.
I have never met any really wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. I'm so afraid he will, just like everyone else.
You are my little cousin Cecily, I'm sure.
I'm afraid you're under a strange mistake. I'm not little. In fact, I believe I'm more than usually tall for my age. But I am your cousin Cecily. You, I see from your card, are Uncle Jack's brother, my cousin Ernest. My wicked cousin Ernest.
Oh, I'm really not wicked at all, cousin Cecily. You mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you are not, then you certainly have been deceiving us all in a very inexcusable manner. I hope you have not been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Oh, of course, I've been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
In fact, now that you mention the subject, I suppose I have been very bad in my own small way.
Don't think you should be so proud of that, though I'm sure it must have been very pleasant.
It is much pleasanter being here with you.
But I don't understand how you're here at all. Uncle Jack will be back till Monday afternoon.
That is a great disappointment. I'm obliged to go up by the first train on Monday morning. I have a business appointment that I'm very anxious to miss.
Could you miss it anywhere but in London?
No, the appointment is in London.
I know, of course, how important it is not to keep a business engagement if one wants to retain a sense of the beauty of life, but still, I think you had better wait till Uncle Jack arrives. I know he wants to speak to you about your emigrating.
About my what?
You're emigrating. He has gone up to buy your outfit.
I certainly wouldn't let Jack buy my outfit. He has absolutely no taste in neckties at all.
Think you require any neckties? He's going to send you to Australia.
Australia? I'd sooner die.
Well, he said on dinner at Wednesday night that you would have to choose between this world, next world, and Australia.
The accounts I have had on the next world in Australia are not particularly encouraging. This world is good enough for me, Cousin Cecily.
Yes, but are you good enough for it?
Well, I'm afraid I'm not that. That's why I want you to reform me. You might make that your mission if you don't mind, Cousin Cecily.
I'm afraid I have no time this afternoon.
Well, would you mind my reforming myself this afternoon?
It's rather quixotic of you, but I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already.
You're looking a little worse.
That's because I'm hungry.
Wow, thoughtless of me. I should have remembered when one is going to lead an entirely new life, one requires regular and wholesome meals. Won't you come in?
Thank you. Might I have a buttonhole first? I never have any appetite unless I've had a buttonhole first.
Marshal meal? Oh.
I'd sooner have a pink rose.
Why?
Because you were like a pink rose, Cousin Cecily.
I don't think it can be right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prism never said such things to me.
Then Miss Prism is a short-sighted old lady. You're the prettiest girl I ever saw.
But Miss Prism says all good looks are snare.
They are a snare that every sensible man would like to be caught in.
I don't think I would care to catch a sensible man. I should know what to talk to him about.